Hi, this is Goggett, and today what I'm doing is I'm doing a video, and today is October the 1st, 2018, and I'm doing a video on Tropical Storm Rosa versus Tornado Alley, Texas. And what my video today is about is I'm going to compare the two. I'm going to kind of compare the two. Of course, I don't live over there on the West Coast. I don't live in Vegas. I don't live in Los Angeles. I don't live in Arizona. But I'm going to kind of compare the two and go by what the Weather Channel is predicting and what I've heard, and give you my perspective of it. And that's what this video is about. It's not in any way to make fun of people down there, because I don't live there. I mean, I don't know what their climate is. I don't know anything about it. I have passed through there. I have passed through Flagstaff. I have passed through Tucson. I have passed through Phoenix and Vegas, Los Angeles, and I've been all over that area several times. But this video is kind of a comparison on what the Weather Channel is predicting and what weather we get and have got like last week, for instance. And that's what this video is about. Going to go ahead and crack me open an ice cold Lone Star, and we'll get talking about it. Well, for one thing, my wife's first name, I've never revealed this, her name's Rosa. So it's Rosa Scotty. So it's like she's famous. Got a tropical storm named after her, and that's crazy. And I like storms. I live for them. And this year, there hasn't been any severe storms, so I couldn't get out there and run down and chase them and just do all that. But I do have videos on my storm chasing and the outcome, and one of them, Mrs. Goggett is with me, and we pull into this rest stop, and the wind hits like 65, 75 miles an hour, and we're sitting there, and Mrs. Goggett getting scared, and she tells me, she says, "Oh, I don't know what we're going to do." I said, "Just sit here, it ain't going to do nothing." So anyway, it's all good on that, and I have that video. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of my storm chasing videos. Now I'm getting back to Tropical Storm Rosa. They say it's going to affect like Arizona, like Yuma, Phoenix, Flagstaff. I think that's the main path. But it's also going to affect a big area around that, which is going to be Utah, all the way up to Utah. It's going to be Nevada into Vegas, where my brother Big Reggie lives, and also into Los Angeles, where my good friend Mick Cotton Barbecue is at. So all these people, as friends of mine on YouTube, they're going to be affected, and I'm hopeful the best. I mean, is to me, when I saw this on the tropical storm, it says, well, it's going to be like 20-mile-per-hour winds at like Phoenix, or it's going to be 15-mile-per-hour winds at this area. I'm like, really? So that's what I get every day down here, And I'm like I say, I'm not making fun of it, But the highest wind I think what's going to reach is like 45 miles an hour, which 45 miles an hour down here in Tornado Alley, Texas, that is nothing. We get that almost every day. I mean, during a dust storm season, which is, you know, a dust storm comes up like in March. I mean, that wind blows. We have got gusts to 80 miles an hour and above. And I'm not, you know, with blowing dust in there. And when we get our storms, like our rainstorms, what drops anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain down here in Tornado Alley, Texas, it's like wind gust of 80 miles an hour. And I'm not lying to you. I mean, that's wind gusts. And I've been in them. I mean, and it's just it's down here is a way of life. I guess if you live in Los Angeles, Vegas, you know, around Nevada, around California, around Arizona, perhaps you never experienced winds like that. I don't think they get dust storms. I don't think they get tornadoes. I don't think they get any big wind. But it's like, you know, what they're talking about on like a tropical storm is like every time it rains down here. When it rains, we're going to get wind, and it's going to get wind way over 40 miles an hour. There has been times when it has got a slow rain where there has been no rain but about 20 miles an hour. And that's just the way it is down here in Tornado Alley, Texas. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of comparing the two. And like I say, I've never lived in Arizona, California. My mother lived in California, Fresno, and Nevada, and around, you know, that area. But what I'm saying is by me sitting back and watching like the Weather Channel make a big deal of this storm, to me it's no big deal. But that's just me talking. I mean, I don't live where they live. This, if the Weather Channel come on and said that Tornado Alley, Texas is going to get 70 mile per hour winds with rain, we'd look at them like, well, that's normal. We got it up to 80 before. You know, it's normal. Down here it's normal. And I think my point is that I guess it depends on where you live and like how much rainfall you get and everything, and I'm sure that has a big deal to do with it. But we get floods down here. Don't get me wrong. There's a underpass. Well, every time it rains, it floods out. There's people like their cars underwater because they choose to drive under it. And I mean, they'll go up until it's to the top, and then they get out through the window and they stand, and they have to be rescued, and it's just that's the way it is. But anyway, like I say, I'm not making any fun of anything. This is just like kind of comparison of like the Weather Channel making a big deal out of something that we get all the time. So I guess that's my video here, and you know, if I was over there, I probably wouldn't even be concerned with it, because they have like on there, I've been watching it and kind of keeping up with it, and they said like, well, it's going to be 20 plus mile per hour winds. I go outside and barbecue in that. I mean, and whenever it rains, like I said, It's going to get up to more than 20 mile per hour, I guarantee you. It's more like 40 and above. And that's the way it is every rainstorm. And if you don't believe me, look at one of my videos. I have videos on when I'm chasing them storms that I have got pulled into a rest area, and you see the trees in the rest area, and they were straight, and they're bending, almost touching the ground. And I know that's like 75 miles an hour, maybe more. But anyway, I'm not going to go into any more detail about it. And what I want to say is, everybody was in the path of this tropical storm Rosa. I hope you're safe. I hope you stay safe. And if you have elderly people, be sure they get to higher ground. They are the number one concern. Hope nobody lose their life over it. It just, I don't live there, and it's kind of different when you live in a area where you're used to getting this, and maybe they're not used to getting it. Probably if a 75 mile per hour, 85 mile per hour wind hit over there, town might go down. I don't know, but anyway, that's besides the point. And I'm not, like I say, I'm in no way at all making fun of this, and I hope everybody stays safe. This might be a serious matter, and I'm just taking it lightly, and I don't know. Like I say, I don't live over in that area, and probably never will. I like it right here in Texas. I like it right here in Texas where I can kick back and watch a tornado drop down and just be excited about it. I rode out a tornado. If those of you say, "Oh well, Scoggin, you never been in a tornado?" Oh yeah, I have. I've been in a tornado. What was F5 back in 1970, and I have watched a tornado come across the field. When I lived in a trailer house, blew out all my windows, and I was with my daughter then. She was 2 years old, and we survived that, so it's all good. And I watched that tornado come right at me, and I told my daughter what was swinging on her swing outside. I said, "Let's get in the house," and that's what we did. We went inside and survived it. Knocked out some windows, blew out some windows, but it was all good, and I wouldn't live any place else. Texas is where I'm going to live, and right here in Tornado Alley, Texas. I don't want to live no place else, because if I lived somewhere else, I wouldn't enjoy it. This is my home. I've lived here all my life, and that's where I'm going to live and die. So I'm here to stay. But anyway, besides, I don't think California or somewhere like that, we can't get Lone Star beer. I can't do that. Got to have my Lone Star. But anyway, I know I'm going on and rambling, but like I say, I hope everybody's safe. This is not meant to make fun of anything. This video was not intended for that, and don't take it like that. I know I have good friends what lives over in the area where this storm is going to take place. So this is Scoggin. I appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there. This is something that I just thought I need to bring up. I mean, it's kind of like a geographical thing, I think, where you live in a certain area and something like 45 mile per hour winds, it's just a everyday occurrence. So this is Scoggin. Appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there. And if you're in the path of the storm Rosa, you guys stay safe and y'all take care.